it is not looking good for Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn. These dudes got recorded talking about the failed drug test.
Welcome to Real Life Boxing!
Blessed love and blessed day. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fighting. This is Real Life Boxing. Man, it is not getting any better for Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte. These dudes were filmed discussing the drug test fail in a shocking video. Hey, before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we are going live. Another quick read turned into a full video. I actually read this article and watched the video last night. Talked about it a little bit in the live stream, but we're gonna get into it. World boxing news, man. Promoter Eddie Hearn and British heavyweight Dillian Whyte entered the post-fight press conference for the Oscar Rivas win on the back of a whirlwind few days. So it was actually caught right at the beginning of the post-fight press conference. It was before it started, like before everyone got seated and whatnot. So after Whyte tested positive for metabolites of dianabol, a performance-enhancing steroid, Hearn is alleged to have arranged a super quick hearing to make sure his pay-per-view went ahead as planned. Despite the failure, UKAD, the British Boxing Board, and Hearn continued with the fight, all without informing Oscar Rivas of the WBC what transpired. This is where the real uproar ignites and will continue until the B sample results come back. So it was his A sample that was tested positive, and now they're waiting for the B sample to come back, and it all depends on the B sample. Whyte was eventually cleared to compete by UKAD and the BBFC. In the BBBFC, he was obviously relieved to get the win after what a turbulent build-up. As the pair sat down, it became immediately apparent what they were discussing. Little did they know that the microphones, of which there were several, were already feeding back. Hearn admitted he had provisions in place if the news had leaked prior, which Whyte was concerned after passing 2 initial tests. The footage caught here in full by the sportsman between 1 and 2 minutes clearly shows Hearn and Whyte saying the following. In volume up to listen, they have exactly what they were saying. So I'm gonna read it. Dillian Whyte says, "F in hell." Eddie Hearn, "You alright, mate?" Dillian Whyte says, F in hell, isn't it? Jesus Christ, bruv, I haven't slept in all the last couple of days. Eddie Hearn, "Nor have I, but I didn't have to fight." Dillian Whyte says, "Effing sake." Eddie Hearn, "Mate, that was the miracle of all miracles, wasn't it?" Dillian Whyte says, "That's the difference between being a professional." Eddie Hearn, "I had everything. I had a statement for you ready to go. He just phoned up and was like, 'We did it.' And I was like, 'Oh." Dillian Whyte, "I need to keep my hair for some reason. It's a effing stitch up. I passed 2 tests in 2 days and then 1 in a million." And then Dillian Whyte goes on to say, in the video, they don't finish the conversation in the transcript, but in the video, he goes on to say, he says something, and then Eddie Hearn says, shh, the mics, Eddie Hearn, and that's in the video. I watched the video last night. Judging by the clip, that's what it said between the pair, as the sound quality was on point. At the end of the quote, Hearn is seeing informing Whyte of the microphones exactly. The pair then seizes the conversation. The transcript doesn't make things any better for Hearn or Whyte plus UKAD in the BBBFC's decision to allow the pay-per-view to happen. Both had faced fierce criticism since the revelation hit. This situation is set to run until things are fully cleared up as Whyte fights for his career and reputation on the past week's event. No acknowledgement or denial has come yet from either of those in the video. Yeah, this video just broke last night, so it'll be interesting what they both have to say right now. Now, it's, to my understanding, it seems like with UKAD, the B sample can take like up to a year to come back. So until then, he's still cleared to fight, which is why the fight still went on with. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of bullcrap. I was watching another interview with Eddie Hearn where he was trying to explain it about, when they fail a drug test, it's not the agencies. It's not up to the agency to ban them. The agency has to report the failed drug test, to other agencies, and then it's up to those agencies, the sanctioning bodies, or the athletic, commission that's handling the event or that the event is being the state or country or wherever that the event is being held. It's all up to that athletic commission or whatever have you. It's just a bunch of it's just a bunch of crap, and to get it caught on video like that is man, it just says a lot about Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte. And like I said, I like Dillian Whyte up until this point. I just can't rock with stuff like that, especially when we have fighters dying right after fights, fighters suffering brain damage. So just for the simple fact that somebody is trying to get an advantage, by taking illegal drugs, and I mean, it's just ridiculous, and there's no place in the sport of boxing for that, man. It's not like these dudes are throwing a ball or catching a ball or kicking a ball, like they punching each other in the head. So I mean, it's really no place in boxing for it. We just have to sit back and wait to see what becomes of this situation. But this is not the first time that Dillian Whyte has failed the drug test. He failed the drug test in 2012 and was suspended for 2 years until 2014. So, just to think that this dude would knowingly be taking steroids again is like he don't care. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said in the live last night, he's taken the sport of boxing, he's taken the commissioning bodies, he's taken the athletic departments and commissions, he's taken everybody for a fool. You know what I'm saying? To keep doing this stuff, this dude already got caught. It's not like he's a fighter that never got caught and he's like, oh, let me try a thing. Let me see if I can get away with it. This dude already got caught. He's already gotten caught and banned from the sport for, he didn't get a 6-month suspension like Canelo and Big Baby Miller. He got a 2-year suspension and he still hasn't learned from that. So that's supposed to tell you the type of mind that this dude is operating with. No wonder he keeps all these interviews saying he'll fight anybody and he's going to keep fighting the tough fights in the best competition. He's going to continue to keep fighting all of those tough guys until Deontay Wilder fights or until Tyson Fury fights him or AJ fights him again. That's exactly why he's willing to take those tough fights, man. Because he's knowingly juicing up. And when you think about it, when he had the opportunity to fight Luis Ortiz and he didn't, and then he had the opportunity to fight Tyson Fury and he didn't, that's probably why, because he wouldn't have had enough time to cycle off. And now you see he takes the Oscar Rivas fight in the time frame that he did, and he gets caught. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, oh, there were small amounts, in his body or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Small amounts in his body, that's because he's just at the end of his cycle. You know what I mean? He's just at the end, just on the verge of getting it all out of his system. So it's just really ridiculous. And like I said, there's no place in the sport of boxing for this type of stuff. This guy failed once before, was given a 2-year suspension, and that wasn't enough for him. To think that he would do it again, he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And he's taking boxing for a fool. He's taking the fans for a fool. He's taking his opponents. He's disregarding the health and the well-being of his opponent. Because like I said, boxing is already a brutal sport, they were already heavyweight, and they were already punching each other in the face and in the head and in the body. So no room or space for things like this in the sport of boxing. I'll make sure I leave the link for this article, and the video is in the link, so I'll make sure I leave that in the description of the video in case you guys want to go check it out. Until then, I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. My take on it is like I said, there's no room, no place for this type of stuff in the sport of boxing. I like Dillian Whyte, but he cannot get a pass. He should be suspended for as long as they suspend him, and 6 months definitely would not be enough. If he got a 2-year suspension before, then he should get a longer one. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section, and keep fighting the fight and protect yourself at all times, man. Peace and one love. Out. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.